This is Danny, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to one of my favorite productivity tools, habit stacking. I am a systems and efficiency expert, and through the work that I've done with clients, habit stacking has never failed to be incredibly impactful for them. So let's dive on in and learn a little bit more about it, starting with learning kind of the basics of what habit stacking is. So, from the time that we are born, our brains are busy building neural pathways for the habits and routines that we do frequently. As we reach adulthood, our brains undergo a process called synaptic pruning, which removes the extra synapses that it has deemed irrelevant and leaves the ones that we regularly rely on. Although this is meant to make us more efficient and is a really important and vital process, it can also make it hard to develop new habits as an adult. Thankfully, we can hack this with a method known as habit stacking. Habit stacking suggests that you connect the new habit you want to develop to an existing habit that has stuck around and is well formed. The established habit then becomes a cue that can trigger the new habit. So this is going to show you how to take an intention or a goal and actually make it more active by turning it into a habit stack over on the right. So for example, if you're thinking, I need to start doing daily stretching, instead of just kind of putting that out into the universe and hoping for the best, you can turn that into a habit stack by saying, after I make the bed in the morning, then I will do 5 minutes of stretches on the bedroom floor. If you want to start a journaling practice every day, you could connect that to something like getting the coffee brewing in the morning. And you could even keep your journal next to the coffee machine so that it's right there and ready for you. If you want to increase your exercise, you could set a very intentional habit stack by saying, when I walk my dog past the library each morning, I will go up and down the steps 5 times. If you're working on hydration goals, you could start putting a 12-ounce glass of water next to the bed and say that after your alarm goes off in the morning, you'll drink the 12-ounce glass of water you keep next to the bed. You probably are used to setting your alarm every night. You turn it off in the morning when it goes off. And so that can automatically become a trigger to remind you to grab that glass of water off the nightstand and drink it before you start your day. Next, I'm going to walk you through a super simple exercise that you can do to kind of start thinking about what habit stacks might work best for you. Feel free to pull up a new Word document or get out a piece of paper to kind of work through this. So what you'll do is along the left side of your piece of paper or document, you're going to make a list of existing habits that you do every day. And for me, it's helpful to just kind of start in the morning and go chronologically through my day and think of things that I do routinely and make note of all of the little things that I do pretty habitually on a daily basis. And then along the right side, you're going to make a list of new habits that you are hoping to develop. So it might look something like this, right? Make the bed, brush my teeth, walk the dog, make coffee, drive to work, and so on. And yours might look slightly different. And habits that I'm trying to develop might be something like do 3 minutes of yoga, journal for 5 minutes, have 10 minutes of silence, walk 1 extra mile each day. Once you have those lists made, you're then going to connect each new habit to one of those existing habits on the left that it aligns with in time or duration. So for example, if you want to start journaling every morning, don't connect it to a habit that you always do at night. Try to connect it to things that are similar in time or duration. And this is just showing those exact examples from the previous page put into habit stacking statements. So after I make the bed in the morning, I'll do 3 minutes of yoga by the window. After I turn on the coffee machine, I'll journal at the kitchen table for 5 minutes. Now, you might be noticing that a good habit stacking statement contains some specifics. I always kind of point out the exact location, the duration, or the quantity. So let's end with just going over 3 really quick tips that can help you establish really strong and effective habit stacks. First, include the details. Be specific about when, where, and how much or how long you'll do the new habit. That'll help it stick. And start small. Habits need to be developed before they can be improved. So start and then increase it. Start with doing 3 minutes of yoga. Make it a habit that's really well connected to an established habit that you already have. And then when you're ready, increase it to 5 or 10 or 20 and so on. The last tip is that you can make it a staircase, and that means you can layer multiple habit stacks onto each other to create a habit staircase. For example, after I make the bed in the morning, I will stretch for 5 minutes on the bedroom floor and then do 5 minutes of meditation. So you can kind of combine multiple new habits onto one really strong established habit. To wrap this up, if you feel like you're ready to hit the ground running, go ahead and make that list of well-worn habits that you perform every day. Then make a list of the new habits that you are hoping to develop in the next few months, and then go ahead and combine them to create those habit stacks that you can get started with. I really recommend starting with just a couple and then adding more habit stacks into your day when you feel ready for it. If you're looking for more tips or want to work with me, you can find more on my website. I have an entire library of free downloads and productivity tools, as well as a group course that I run every couple months that I would love for you to check out and learn more about.